Thank you. My name is Honorable Joeli Cawaki from the Fiji Parliament. I am the chair of the Standing Committee on Natural Resources, and the subject of energy comes under the committee. And in Fiji, we have a number of projects that has been going, especially the renewable energy, the move from fossil fuels into renewable energy. So we are part of the global mandate is to reduce on fossil fuels and increase on our renewable energy sustainability and development. Yes, we in terms of increasing our renewable energy sources, we have a lot of potentials. At the moment, it's about we have a bigger dam that supplies electricity to the main island. There are 300 habitat islands in Fiji, but only the main island has been supplied through renewable energy, through hydro. And that hydro, unfortunately, it's not the whole island, but we are still using diesel generators. At the moment, it's about 60-40, 60% on hydropower and 40% on diesel and generators. And in the other islands, it's all diesel generators. But we have a number of projects, solar energy projects for smaller and remote villages and settlements in the rural areas and also in the outer islands. That is a project that we are going to increase in meeting our SDG goals on energy. So for us, the opportunity is there, but the main challenge is our isolation and the cost, because we are there in the Pacific. We are far from the bigger producing countries where the technology is, like Asia and Australia, New Zealand, and the US. But we, as I said, we had the opportunity. We had the opportunity to increase our reliance on more renewable energy sources. Our parliament, because for us, climate change is real. We, in our development, is more on relocation of villages or people living in the coastal areas because of intrusion of salt water, which resulted from the increase of the rising sea level. And also in most of the plains, the good agricultural areas, is saltwater intrusion, which we are experiencing. So in Fiji and also in the Pacific, the effects of climate change is real. So we need to contribute a lot and to take a leading role in telling the world, while we are on the receiving end of climate change, we are also going into renewable energy, but renewable energy in terms of solar, wind, hydro, and waves. Yes, it's a good experience that in the visit yesterday. First time for me to look at the biogas. Even though Fiji, we are blessed with a lot of trees, but biogas is the way forward in terms of cooking gas in our homes. I understand, while talking to a number of farmers that we visited, the owners of this biogas facility, we've seen that there's change in the way in their living style, and also enhances the living standard of that community. And I'm now engaging with Hanan people for people of India, that organization, for them to give us the design and the plans and also some of their reports so that we can replicate these kind of projects in Fiji. It's very cheap, it's very convenient. We also have raise cattle in Fiji. We have piggeries, poultry farms, duck farms. These are the waste from these animals can be converted into gas for cooking. I think the main challenges for us in Asia and the Pacific, we still believe that the energies that we have at the moment is relevant to us, but there should be a change in the mindset. Change in the mindset that gone are the days when we rely on fossil fuels, but there are energy sources around us, especially the sun for us in the Pacific. The sun is it's all year round, and we've been wasting that energy from the sun all these years. But it's now time for us to capture that energy, and we have a lot of rivers and streams in Fiji, and our rainfall capacity is one of the biggest in the region, and we had potential and opportunities for more hydro dams. Now we have a lot of forest in which we are going into biomass. And biogas is, we have a lot of poultry farms, duck farms, piggeries, and also cattle farms. But to turn that to go into biomass is something that we will invest for in the future. Given that we've seen a small 2 cubic meter facility in a farm yesterday, we can invest that into individuals and also for the whole village or the whole community. Yes, the mock committee meeting today, it was an experience for me, given that we've done the visit. We've seen real time the project. If it was not for the visit yesterday, it will be very hard for us to contribute to the committee meeting today. But being to do the visit yesterday and going through the committee mock committee meeting today, and also the experience of our witnesses, it makes it a success. I think it was a success and a learning experience for all. For me, being a first-time parliamentarian, it's the first time I've gone through a committee with a lot of experience. Looking at the bigger picture, the international level, the regional level, and also from international, regional, national, and being able to put projects on the ground at the grassroots level, the local and grassroots level. And the discussions that we have today was very, very interactive, and also it's a learning experience. In our parliament, we have about 6 select committees. But my committee that I chair is looking after the natural resources. We have a lot of natural resources in terms of mining, water, land, forest, fisheries, agriculture. But for today, it's a learning experience to go outside the box of the national environment. Look at the practices in other countries. While we are doing it today, we are looking at the UNDP, which is one of the witnesses, looking at practices in the other countries, practices, the best practices, and being able to bring that to make it happen at the local and grassroots level. The role of parliamentarian, we've discussed that in our group discussions, and for me, looking at Fiji and the region, there's a lot that the parliamentarian needs to engage with. Looking at the best practices in the international arena, in the regional areas, and also bringing that down so that we can be able to bring it down to the local and grassroots level. There will be more interaction, more partnership arrangement, more networking. We need to open up. We need to change the mindset. The world has changed. The technology has changed. And for us in the Pacific, we need to change with time. We need to change with technology. We need to change with how the world has changed. And that is a big ask and a big challenge for us. Given our isolation, given our spread out of the islands, but we need to change and practice and put it into practice some of the lessons learned of other countries that have worked, put into practice this new message. The week was very excellent. It was an excellent week for me. I've learned a lot. It was a good week in which it has broadened my knowledge as a parliamentarian in terms of how the committee works, in terms of the visit, in terms of the interaction with especially the parliamentarians from the UK. There's a lot that we need to do in Fiji in order to move Fiji forward. But most of the issues that are coming from and the practices and the processes that are coming from the UK, especially Nigel, speaking to Nigel a few times during the week, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from that.